Male loneliness epidemic. What a crock of BS. Do I look lonely to you as a 51-year-old guy? Or do I look like liberated and free and living life on my own terms? Again, I see a couple problems with men. And we're going to get into it. Either one, some people have social issues, development issues that need help. Two, they're still operating on the old system, the old social system that existed of the past, the old social contracts. In their mind, they have this fantasy about what the modern dating relationship and marriage is like, and they don't really understand it. And three, they just haven't been tortured enough. Because what I see happen a lot is, that especially men that have been in a relationship, they have this belief system or this fantasy in their mind. I call it the Leave It to Beaver fantasy. Men heal, you see what I'm saying? Because we are forced to deal with the reality of our lives. We make a mistake, we're forced to correct it because people don't lie to us. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fool, they call you an idiot. If you're dumb, people tell you you're stupid. If you're fat, usually people call you a fat ass. Because part of the thing about male bonding is we kind of harass or give hard time to the people we love or we like. We like, our friends or our buddies. It's like, hey, peaceful life. You look like Gary Coleman. Sorry. But we harass each other and all kinds of bullshit, or Mr. Cooper, or whatever the hell they call bullshit they say. We say things about each other when we like each other. We just do a little harassment thing. But the problem we have right now is everybody's operating on this old social contract of life. And they have this fantasy in their mind of this, because men enjoy relationships. Relationships are beautiful when they're working. If you're with a 10% woman, 5% women. But if you're with some liberally indoctrinated, ball-busting feminists who was raised to hate men and see men as oppressors and evil patriarchy, all this goofy shit that they come up with their mind, that hardworking, honest men are out here thinking about harming women. If anything, we're protective of women. And even now that I've downloaded the new Masculinity 2.0 software, I still feel myself drawn back into the old ways. You see a woman somewhere struggling with her tire needs to be changed, and you be like, oh man, should I help her? And you're struggling. Nah, hell no. No, I'm not helping her. I ain't bothering her. Because the moment I pull my back or something like that, ain't none of these. I mean, we got women on here talking about men should be born in jail and earn their way out, or deleting male babies, or having a man or having a boyfriend is embarrassing. These feminists are insufferable. It's like, how am I going to help these women, these liberally indoctrinated women? I'm not a part of any political plantation. I have more of a libertarian mindset because I think all of them are full of shit and controlled by corporations and the elite. So you forget about trying to peg me in some box, because I think none of them have the interest of men at heart. The conservative right-wing guys want to turn you into disposable tampons and have you marry these born-again whores. And the liberal people want to cut your genitals and turn you into a woman. So, I mean, you're losing either direction. And all of their policy, none of them about benefiting men. They're damn sure ain't nobody going out there protesting and changing these unfair marriage and divorce laws. So if none of them are doing that shit, none of them have your best interest at heart. So I don't get on none of these plantations because all of them are full of shit. In my opinion, all it really matters is policy and deals. And I don't see any benefit to being on any of these plantations. Anyhow, that's my opinion. Many times men just vote for what they think is the less of the two evils for them in their reality. That's what men do. That's what I do. I vote for the less of the two evils in my particular situations based on economics and whatever else. That's what I do. Anyhow, moving forward, let's talk about the reality of life. Most men, they heal. We all heal. I heal. And thankfully, the internet's here. And I'll tell you right now, sometimes you need a reminder of the suffering that most, not all married men have to go through. The torture. So the internet has given us a blessing. Couples therapy. If you can watch 10 minutes of couples therapy without having some brain hemorrhage, it will remind you of the suffering that men are experiencing. It's like hanging out all day with that character from the Lord of the Rings, the voice of Sauron or something like that. It's insufferable. They'll have you out here hugging trees, humping snow, running in the snow. You'll be born again, unlonely. I'm telling you, you have no idea the suffering that married men are experiencing today with these modern feminist indoctrinated man-hating women. They are torture. The relationship is 100% about her. It's like a slave just trying to keep and maintain his assets and maintain access to his kids and just trying to stay above water. And you think I'm worried about some single dudes? No disrespect to you dudes, but F y'all. You got dudes like me, I say F myself. Man, ain't got no stress on our ass. Look at me. I'm waking up, I'm 51 years old, I'm retired already. You think, what? I'm worried, the married dudes are the ones who are getting torched because they sacrificed their lives for this country. But the government needs families, America needs families. There's some single lonely dude, I'd be like, kick rocks, dude, get a life. Lonely? Look at the married dude. He's got high blood pressure, he's got stress, his cortisol levels up. He's got some nagging broad that has him by the balls financially, that has his pension. He is afraid to retire now because what she leaves. He got to pay her half of his assets and whatever else. That's hardship. You sitting around lonely, dude. Man, this is America. The good thing about global travel is open up your minds. Open up. That world is over, gentlemen. That world is over. And I would say loneliness is just horniness turned upside down. Horniness and a lack of a social life and no passion and no hobbies. You have no idea what's on the other side. 5 minutes of couples therapy will cure you. It's on YouTube. Watch it. Watch the guy. Look at them. Look at that. Look at that. The guy, his cortisol level is high. He's changing colors sitting in that sofa. Insufferable. So you just haven't been tortured enough. I bet you I get your ass out that basement with 5 minutes of that show. I have you out here running laps around in the cold. It's cold outside right now. I gotta go shovel snow, clean my driveway, but I'll have you liberated from that shit. So it's just a mental thing. Update, adaptation. You're living in the past. We heal quickly. Like I'm healed because I'm here. And I'm not getting tortured. There's nobody irritating me. So I have that fantasy in my mind about, well, you know what? Even though I did 10 years hard time in a marriage, I got that fantasy in my mind about, well, I never remarried. That's one of the things I'll talk about in my video. That's what allowed me to retire early. I never remarried. I got married young, I got out young. And I never did it again, which was smart. So that allowed me to retire early. But you have to upgrade the new software. The modern relationship is a one-sided affair because you're dealing with a woman that hates men, raised to hate men, that sees serving you as slavery, as persecution. So when you get in a house with her, you have to overcompensate for the fact that you've married a modern woman. That means you're going to do all the domestic tasks. You got to pay almost all the bills. You're going to have to do everything, listen to her drama, listen to her problems. That's when they talk about emotional intelligence, because men, we talk about emotional discipline. You see? We talk about emotional discipline as men because that keeps us out of fights, that allows us to accomplish goals. They talk about emotional intelligence because they want to turn you into their bitch. They want you to sit around, listen to their problems, and the relationship becomes all about them. So they want you to do manly things, but be a bitch at house, sitting down on the couch, listening to them and their problems. So they want this version of a man that absolutely 100% serves the queen, serves them. But when you talk about what needs to be poured back into men, you might as well put that broad on a missing person's cat. Now you're a misogynist. Now you're a horrible person. Now that the community and our army of simps and modern women, they're going to come at you and call you all kinds of names because you actually wanted some reciprocation. So it's all about her. You see these guys walking around like droids and stuff, shadows of their own self. Now they all bumpooey. or fat now, whatever. But then now you're shadow, you know, you're taking care of yourself anymore. You're not even eating right. Because it's all about pleasing that broad and keeping her happy. Staying married. The state has your balls. They're financially obligated. It's become 100. You've lost your identity. You've lost your sense of self. You've lost your freedom. Because remember, we're really ourselves the most when we're alone. When we're alone, like right now, I'm alone in this house by myself. I can do whatever I want. I can walk around here in my boxer all day long. I order what food I want. I could have a woman delivered to my door right now if I wanted to. How am I alone? Company, come on over. All right, I'm tired of company. Get lost. It's a freedom that I have. So really, guys like me are not being tortured. It is the guy who's dealing with this insufferable broad all day long. So with this single loneliness epidemic, my ass. It is the married loneliness epidemic. Married men are suffering in America. Married men. That's why I say, treat married men like combat veterans. Salute to my brothers. Salute to you. I appreciate your sacrifices. Because it's tough. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult, man. It's difficult. Now, if a guy wants to get into certain behaviors, loser behavior, don't take care of your body, don't take care of your health, don't take care of your finances, don't take care of your mental health. And again, if you're having a mental health issue, seek out my brother, the coach of connection. But the torture, the insufferable torture is the relationship guy in 2026, 2025. Because the social contract is done. It's finished. You're getting into a relationship with an indoctrinated feminist, a woman that's been raised to work, make money, compete with men. She's not going to allow you to have any leadership or authority because they've designed it that way, because they want to keep her spending. And if you have control over her, you have control over the spending, and that doesn't benefit the economy. So why would they allow that? That's why they've created this social order of feminizing men, turning men into walking wallets and ATMs and bitches, man bitches. So she controls you, she controls the spending. When the divorce comes, she gets all that money so she can spend. It's not about you. You got to learn. And once you figure this shit out, you understand the way the system is. This is why I say download the new programming. Once you download the new programming, then it becomes easier to exist in this reality of this modern world. Now, I'm not anti-relationship. You may see me in some relationship somewhere on the other side of the world. Maybe you see me in northern Thailand walking around with some lovely lady, which I like the pragmatism of the Asian ladies, many of them, or you see me in Africa somewhere, or in America right here. And you know that a peaceful life has made some deal or some situation that 100% benefits me. And if it doesn't benefit me, you will see the back of my bald head as I walk away and exit. Because nobody takes care of you like you. I don't carry loads. I'm either benefiting highly on the emotional level, psychological, physical level, or I'm benefiting some type of way. Otherwise, I got a load. And I don't deal with loads. Why would I walk around with extra luggage? I don't care how she looks. If she's a load, she's got to go, because wherever you see a man walking around, you see a beautiful woman walk around, there's some dude somewhere that can't stand her ass because she's insufferable and she has become an absolute load, and he's got some post-nut clarity depression, and he's pounding her out and he's nutted, and he's realized that this is an empty vessel and she is insufferable. So you see her, she's single, she look good. Women have so much opportunity to be in relationship with men. It's because she's painful. That's why she's single. They've had lots of opportunities. Men are so easy to maintain. They're so easy for men's happiness. Men are not difficult creatures. So the question is, how has she been alive for all these years and she can't keep a man when men's needs are so low in an environment that's a complete gynocracy, when majority of men are simps and basically pander to women? You can't keep a man? Really? That's something is horribly wrong. So anyhow, I'll leave that alone. Loneliness epidemic is a bunch of bullshit. They're trying to use psychological manipulation, reverse psychology, to get you guys to get up here and start marrying these burnt out 304s, making families with women that have been misused their youth. Many of them are alpha widows, especially the women my age. I'm 50, well, in their 40s and whatever else. Either they've been lifelong feminists, divorced some guy, and they're all victims, or they've been alpha widow, I hate to say it, by some guy like me. People think, well, I forget I'm like 6'7", 6'8". I didn't do it. I'm with you guys. As far as I'm concerned, me being tall only allows me to reach into the trash can of sexual liberation a little further down than you guys. But at the end of the day, I'm still eating that same maggoty burger. In fact, I reached down and grabbed you one and handed it to you if you want it. But at the end of the day, ain't none of us is winning. We all, sexual liberation and feminism took care of all that shit. We're all eating used products and we're using each other's mouthwash. So let's cut the bullshit about money and status and all this shit. Even the dudes with money is eating out of the trash can. Maybe that burger has about 3 maggots on it and your burger has 6, but we're still eating a maggoty burger. So what's winning out here? Sexual liberation and feminism took care of all that bullshit. So guys are just a bunch of intellectual masturbators. That's why I don't sell that game shit. Who among us is getting the brand new fresh stuff? Get out of your own head. That's why I get so annoyed with some of these guys. I teach self-protection game. Came up for better women. Better women? You crazy. The basketball team then pounded her out. You know why they can't bother guys like me? Because I used to be on the basketball team. You see, that's a Power 5 picture of a guy that used to be an athlete. So if a guy comes to me and talk about, oh, well, my wife is wholesome and I'm the super alpha dog or whatever else, I'm like, bullshit. I used to be in those dorms with a wall. I'm like, dude, take it easy. We got practice in the morning. What are you trying to do? You ain't gonna have no legs for practice. I'm gonna have to run suicides. Yo, it's 11 o'clock. Yo, stop pounding her. That's the type of women these dudes be marrying. And they talk to me. Like, I don't like, well, you're some incel. No, I'm not. Whatever you call me, I don't give a, I mean, shame don't mean the damn thing. Shame don't mean shit in 2026. All that matters is outcome and incentive. And then what are you going to do? You're going to marry some chick that's been alpha widowed by big, huge 6'8" dudes like myself or what? Hell no. I wouldn't even marry those broads. You're crazy. Dude, she's not going to be happy. Of course she's going to get bored in that marriage. That's the new version of reality that feminism and sexual liberation created. We're all eating leftovers. There's no winners in this situation here. If you get with the 10% women that likes you, passionate with you, I am not anti-relationship. I am pro-happiness, anti-torture. Tell men how you should move in his life. If you find a situation that provides you with value, I'm into performance. Performance is what matters to me. When performance goes down, we have a meeting. And then after the meeting, if performance doesn't go back up, we can't reach an agreement or resolution, you see the back of my bald head. I ain't arguing with no women, all this bullshit. Life is too short. Today is the youngest you'll be for the rest of your life. Who has time to be arguing with somebody that's an irrational, illogical creature that operates on feelings? What they understand is this. You do this, it's like that Ludacris song. You move, I move, just like this. Well, you don't do this, put smiles on Peaceful Life's face. A Peaceful Life does this, which is take his ass on somewhere else. And you might say, carry your ass, you old bald-headed fool. I say, okay, no problem. We have an understanding. We have an understanding. That's the way you have to move. You can't talk to these broads. They got a whole bunch of Sims, panda bears. They watch 1,000 TikToks a day, telling them how wonderful they are. All they understand is behavior equals action. I act like asshole. Guy walks out door, never comes back. That's what they understand. Then they'll change their mindset and attitude towards you. Behavior equals action. All this shit right here is just blowing air in the wind. They don't listen to that shit. Maybe you give them a warning or two. But if the behavior continues, then there's an issue of respect. They don't respect you. Now, they may have been imprinted by a bunch of guys before, and they have a grandiose sense of self-worth. And they think that they're better than you. So, only thing that they understand is goodbye. And mean it. Don't just pretend. Because this is why I talk about global travel. Not for the, look, feminism is everywhere, all over the globe. But at least you know your options in life. Your options in life. And besides, majority of these women, all they bring to the table is pre-owned anyhow. So at the end of the day, it's about your own self-preservation. Making deals that benefit you in your life. But anyhow, this video is going longer than I need to go. It's supposed to be like a 10-minute video. I'm like 20 minutes and 41 seconds now. Gentlemen, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to support the channel, please do. I don't have time to give you guys bullshit content, telling lies, selling you dreams and bullshit. The dating and relation market now right now is prostitution. For the older guys, it's nothing more than women that are looking for a retirement plan, unless it's somebody that's going to bring you value, or with somebody who would have dated you when she was 22. And she is bringing value to the table, peace, happiness, intimacy, and she's bringing the resources, probably the resources she stole from some ex-husband or something. I don't know. Who knows? Anyhow, peace and blessings to you guys. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm out.